That when we talk about films from Bengal or any state of South India or West India, we say regional films. But when it comes to Northeast films, and then we go on talking about how films from the region are getting recognized, we say
Yeah.
Northeast films, not regional per se. That term changes. So, don't you think there is a hypocrisy or there is a dichotomy in this recognition?
Yeah, very much. Because see, what I don't think this term was created by anyone from Northeast,
Mm-hmm.
not at all.
Mm-hmm.
And this was definitely done by some non-Northeasterners. That means from the rest of India.
Mm-hmm.
And then it is actually for their convenience,
Mm.
because
Yeah.
mostly they are not at all aware about Northeast. And
Mm-hmm.
it becomes very convenient for them to club all the local cinemas here,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's SB cinema or Manipuri cinema, is very convenient for them to club them together. Ah.
Yes.
And that's in fact, I'm very much against it.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, if I can remember, actually, many years ago, I had vehemently protested against it.
Okay.
Because they were trying to give us in Delhi
Mm-hmm.
after the IFI, during the IFI,
Okay.
and there were about 4 films from the Northeast.
Okay.
And they were in Indian Panorama,
Okay.
and then their policy was PIB. PIB was giving one press conference to each of the
Mm-hmm.
Panorama filmmakers.
Mm-hmm.
And when it came to our case,
Mm-hmm.
films from the Northeast,
Mm-hmm.
and they had clubbed them together, clubbed us together, of
Right.
I think 5 of us,
Mm-hmm.
as one press conference.
Right.
So I vehemently objected, because it is because cinema is always identified on the basis of language and culture.
Yes.
And there might be, five films from the Northeast, but each of them where background was, they had a different, each of them, it was from different language. And so it was not, wise enough, actually, right enough to club us together. So that time, actually, I had very much protested.
It was
And
which
then
year, sir?
I think it's about 89 or so, something like that.
Okay.
89 or 90, that time.
Okay. Okay.
So anyway, that it is not the right thing to do, actually. They take advantage, and then not only that they are doing it, they are also they're imposing on us this term. And it is not right. And the other thing is that, some people, of course, from the Northeast itself, they get excited about it, that by identifying themselves with the Northeast cinema and all. And according to me, actually, they are doing a lot of injustice to cinemas of the Northeast. That way, you are very right. We really enjoy, of course, being a Northeasterner, and of course, they are, say, emotionally, we could say that we have a lot of similarity. But in terms of, that language and culture, we are different.
Yes.
And that way, just because we, mingle with each other as a Northeasterner and feel emotionally united, so that doesn't mean that you impose on us an identity that which is not, cinematically is wrong. No, frankly speaking, I have not seen both the films.
Okay.
And it will not be wise on my part to comment on that. But at the same time, I could understand that your, say, analysis. That see, in a way, actually, that overall, if you analyze, say, all the film festivals around the world today, it's not like yesterday's, and that their agenda has become different, and wrong films get promoted, wrong films. This keep happening nowadays. Is much more. That as a filmmaker, I could feel more and more, and I stopped taking part in film festivals. It's not that that I cannot say I'm doing the right thing, but but at the same time, you don't feel nice when the right film doesn't get recognized. And film festivals are now more driven by some agendas. Yeah, which has nothing to do with cinema.
Exactly. Exactly, sir. Now coming to Meghalaya, Meghalaya, has been doing for some years. It has been, connecting these two industries, tourism and film. So recently, it decided to invest 1 crore in films as a way of promoting tourism also. So doesn't this policy undermine the encouragement or the support that films must get as a medium of art, not business?
Yeah. See, one thing actually, as a filmmaker, I would always say that I can never support the government's or anyone's objective, to mix tourism with cinema or cinema with tourism. This both are different, totally different, and it's when you, mix tourism with cinema, then it's more of a political agenda. Running a government, you somewhere some politicians always find that there is a similarity or some kind of in there. I don't know how they try to do that, and this has been happening everywhere. And in India, actually, that bureaucrats, they get very excited. Bureaucrats and politicians to combine, because the cinema is something like. It's, of course, it's a visual art. And it should be treated as art, and that benefits of say so a return for what you expect always from cinema is something different. It cannot be some kind of say commercial proposition. Yes, tourism somewhere there to make a film actually in cinema, that tourism comes in different ways, because when you shoot a film in the making of the film, you try to take help of tourism department for in terms of in the process of the filmmaking. That doesn't mean that you wrongly treat this medium. Medium is has nothing to do with how much help or how much association you get from the tourism. And it's a wrong thing actually, that same way while making a film, you might be needing from time to time this tourism help, but that doesn't mean that both the departments can be linked together. One is it's an art. The other one is a proposition of the government political proposition. I mean, run a governmental profession, and then, they don't say that I don't see any link that way. It is absolutely forcefully trying to do that,
Coming to, in the context of Assam and Manipur, we have seen that, Assam and Manipur have the history of making socio-politically sensitive movies over the years, over the decades. However, that is not the case in other states, which are now gradually coming up, on the platform of filmmaking, including Meghalaya. So don't you think the growth of filmmakers and viewers also, has been hindered by this culture of staying within the safe zone of filmmaking or choosing their subjects?
Oh yeah, I feel very, in fact, very sad that all these talents actually, that particularly doesn't matter from where actually. It could be from Meghalaya, it could be from Arunachal Pradesh. Talent is talent, and they need support definitely. But when governments comes forward to in the guise of support, they try to say mishandle that. The thing is this: talent must be promoted, and particularly the younger generations now, that they look up at the government. But government should find some kind of way so that these talents are not destroyed. And talents must be promoted, supported, and promoted. And that independence of creating something as a filmmaker is very important. And that each government actually, that they should feel the filmmaker that way, and keep the filmmaker very much independent, and accordingly, whatever support that filmmakers need, government should, without mixing anything, actually they should be able to give that support, and that is what is needed, because the cinema's benefit is not just should not be looked in terms of money, always in terms of cash. The creativity we require for any kind of development. Say even to for example, in a village can be tremendously improved by a good film. And the talent from that village, say, and he or she needs to be promoted that way, supported, and that automatically that there are examples that a small locality, and then hardly they are known, but because of one film is created locally, good film, and the village gets improved. Many ways, because all the benefits are not, cannot be seen in naked eyes. It's all abstract. It needs to be felt that way.
Sir, now coming to the mainstream, considering the region as a subject in the films. So we have seen that most of the mainstream movies, they look at the region as their subject is only insurgency or drugs, while there are so many contemporary socio-political subjects. So how well have these subjects been explored or not explored, and shouldn't the stereotyping be stopped now that we have come a long way?
See, cinema actually that grows, in the minds of filmmakers. Filmmakers, whether now if you try to assess one truth, that if you have to, there are how many filmmakers are there in Indian filmmakers who have interest in Northeast, and unless there's some kind of say attraction like the insurgency or militancy, all sorts of whatever they hear through newspaper and all sorts of, and they are only they know only that. That is how they connect Northeast. And because see, filmmakers, they don't have at all genuine interest about Northeast. And recently, I'll tell you, say, I was contacted by some company that they said that Doordarshan has given them a project to do a serial on Lachit Barphukan, the Lachit Barphukan, the warrior, that Ahom warrior. And he said that we are asked to actually do a serial on Lachit Barua. Lachit Barua, you're a historical warrior, he said. So that is the kind of information they have. And on that, they want to make a film or serial on Lachit Barphukan. And that's the kind of awareness they have about Northeast. So what do you expect from them? You cannot expect the right things. But somewhere, it's also that somewhere we are also to blame for that. We did not turn us to blame, because we need to be tough about that. And whoever tries to insult this region that way, and one should not get excited about it just because they need some kind of support from you or so. And now many a times actually what happens, our local people in northeasterners, they participate with them, and see, I'll tell you that you had mentioned about 2 films. So in fact, many a times I was approached to do a role, because it's very difficult to get a chinky-eyed in the film industry. So they used to approach me. So I used to insist that what kind of knowledge they have about and whether, and most of the time I try to I find that they have a lot of disrespect towards the region, and which I can't stand. So he can at least we should refuse all those.
So, what will be your message to those filmmakers in the mainstream who are interested in delving with in the northeastern or the region subject?
See, I'll tell them, you come. You are most welcome, and physically you should come and study that region. It's very important. Without knowing anything, you start straight away go to make a film on that about the region. You can do any project, and because you're a filmmaker and then you're a creator, there's no problem about that. But when you try to do that, but it is your ethically, it's not. It won't be wise unless you know or aware about that particular subject. For suppose say I'm given say project to do a film on some in African, say some ethnic group. Should I jump on it just because there is money in it? and that should I jump on it without knowing anything about, without studying and without, doing any research or something? The filmmaker must be very serious about it. They seriously try to know that. And then you get excited and you try to do it justice to that subject. That's a different thing. But there are many filmmakers come to Northeast without visiting beforehand. They never know. They don't know anything about Northeast, and they straight come actually. I keep getting calls from some fellow filmmakers and all, and that straight away they come for shoot. When I ask them, actually, have you been to Northeast? No, this will be first time. So this is absolutely wrong thing. Actually, you must not do that. And this kind of seriousness, I don't see in the rest of the country. When it comes to they try to do something in the Northeast. And I can tell you many stories on that. But it is something somewhere we are also at fault.
We have seen that there are many good short films. I mean, more than feature films or long form films, there are good short films. So don't you think that, I mean, there should be a proper like platform for short filmmakers or documentary filmmakers in the region, especially because that will also be cost effective in a way.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree with you. Because see, such talents are there, and the short films are required because short films and documentaries, because it's documentation of a particular time is very important. Particular subject also is very important, and that government should come forward to help them without mixing them with politics. Because these documentations are required always from time to time. Even for generation after generation, actually, they are. They're material for research and all, and because they become history tomorrow. So this is important for any area, any region to keep. Connected with their past, and making documentaries and short films. It helps them tremendously. And in fact, I would say particularly in the Northeast, each Northeast government should have a different department of short films and documentaries on the region. And the young filmmakers, they should be given. They should be promoted with them. But such talents are there, actually, that, for example, even Meghalaya itself, Pradeep is a very good talent, Pradeep Kurba. And he's such a talent, that, and I really expect him to keep making films. He's so talented. And it is that also he's very rooted. He's very rooted. So that is, filmmakers need to be rooted. And for that, actually, the government should support them all the time. And short film and documentaries are just tremendous subject. Entire Northeast is full of subjects. So many stories to be told, so many documentation to be done. And tomorrow, I would say that our history is so rich. And if no documentation is done, and tomorrow everything will die down, vanish. History will vanish. That will be, I mean, the saddest part of it.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time.